And we all know. Um, by now we all heard about it, and it just still, it just baffled me, man. It's still kind of shocking. Um, Man, I'm trying to just even put my thoughts together and wrap my head around it. But speaking on the situation, far as Jacksonville rapper KSOO doing his murder trial, and the part to me is so baffling, and what it's crazy that I can't wrap my head around is, of course, when things like this happen, um, you commit a crime, and your friends tell on you, best friend, somebody you're real close to. That happens a lot. That all that's been going on for however long, and it's gonna continue to go on. But this is the first time I ever seen someone's parent get on the stand and basically hands their son a life sentence on a platter. And I just think it's a messed up situation. Of course, no good deed or bad deed goes unpunished. You know what I mean? It just don't, it's just a messed up situation for the kid, man. Whenever he was out here allegedly doing what he was doing, I'm pretty sure he was aware of the consequences. He didn't really, he probably didn't plan everything all through. His partner getting on the stage, staying on him and just, telling to get a lighter sentence, 20 years. However, like I said, that's normal. People been telling on each other from the beginning. You know what I mean? People you came from the sandbox with, they give you up, right? But watching somebody else's father get on the stand, throw their son under the bus, how he threw his son under the bus to get less time, or maybe possibly get out after this trial is done. That's nasty work. That's all I gotta say about it. That's nasty work. He gave a bunch of reasons, or the reasons why he actually did what he did. Why he told on his son like that, and his reasons to me wasn't valid. You get what I'm saying? The reason why I said it ain't valid is because, man, dude, you knew what your son was into. I think if you would have did a better job as raising a young man and not trying to create another you, which is a piece of crap for a father, trying to give off this gangster image and all that stuff like that, and it would have just told him keep his head on straight, do his rap thing, he probably wouldn't have been in the situation he been in. We all know how it go, man. Certain people get caught up in this life, and then people lose their lives and all that stuff like that, and that brings a different type of hatred or feelings of wanting to get back, especially when the person that did that caused harm to you and your family. You want his family to feel the same thing. I seen his dad say he was in a car, before, where him and like a couple of his sons and like maybe a friend, they were shot. All of them, including him, and one of his sons died. And if you ask me, Pops was with the get back part of it too. You know what I mean? Like, being shot by somebody, man, or even being shot and killed or being unalive by somebody, and they gonna make a rap song about it. Yes, you will be angry. You will be you know, how you will want to do something. You know, a lot of times, you know, coming from the communities that we come from, you know, we done lost you know, we'll lose a lot of people, man, and you know, everybody don't get caught. You know what I'm saying? The person who did the unaliving still be walking scot free. So I understand people taking things into their own hands. You know, I can actually say I've been privy to street violence. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how that is growing up in the inner cities. You know what I mean? Where you know you have loved ones and that pass away, and the police never solves it, never go get the person, don't do no follow-ups and all that stuff like that. So that's when you see a lot of people, you know what I mean, with a bunch of stuff pent up inside, and they feel like, hey man, the only way that I'm gonna even feel just a little better, because it's not gonna bring the person back who passed, is, you know, causing the same, you know, trauma or pain, or, you know what I'm saying, emotions to that person and his family too. But we just gonna play a little clip of his dad giving the reasons why he is on the stand, you know, basically giving his son a life sentence and stuff like that, and give his reasoning, man. The clip that I'm about to show y'all is from a dope young lady. She goes by the name of I'm Not a Lawyer, but that's her channel on YouTube, so y'all go check her out. But I'm finna play this clip for y'all, man, and just listen to his dad, man. You know, scumbag for real, for real. But check this clip out, man. We'll come back and get to it.
Hakeem Daddy took the stand on day 4, y'all. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but let me give you the recap. Low-key, I don't even need to add much because Abdul Robinson Sr. got on that stand and said it all.
State your name for the record, sir.
Abdul Robinson Sr.
And how old are you today?
54. I have 11 children.
What's the age of your oldest child?
34.
And your youngest?
6.
How are you related to Abdul Robinson Jr. and Hakeem Robinson?
Their father.
Mr. Robinson, do you see your son Hakeem Robinson in the courtroom here today?
Yes. He's sitting between these 2 lawyers right there with a beige suit on.
Having to point your child out in a courtroom is crazy.
Your Honor, the record reflect the witnesses identified, Mr. Hakeem Robinson.
Okay, the record shall so reflect.
Before diving into the events of January 15, 2020, prosecutors first have Abdul Sr., aka Blue, lay out the terms of his plea deal. And as a reminder, he is facing charges related to the same 2 M's that Dominique Barner is charged with. The first M is regarding a man named Damon Rothamel, who was mistakenly hit during a drive-by, and then the second M is this Charles McCormick case. In both of the cases, Abdul Sr. is charged with accessory after the fact, which is punishable by 30 years in prison for each charge, but based on his cooperation and agreement to testify against his co-defendants, the state is capping his maximum sentence at 20 years.
Now, on April 11th of 22, did you enter pleas of guilty to the court in both of your pending cases?
Yes, I did.
Have you been sentenced yet on either of your charges?
No, I haven't.
Now, in the Damon Rothamel murder case, where you pled to accessory after the fact, is that right?
Yes.
And in the Charles McCormick murder case, you also pled to accessory after the fact of first-degree felony.
Yes.
All right, and typically first-degree felony punishable by 30 years, is that correct?
Yes.
As part of your pleas, did the state agree to cap the maximum sentence you could receive to be 20 years?
Yes.
If you were to be sentenced to 20 years by the court, at the end of that sentence, approximately how old would you be?
I'll be close to 70.
Does the court have to follow any recommendation the state makes?
No.
From there, Abdul Sr. gets into why he's testifying against his own son.
Now, sitting here today, you realize that you are testifying against not only co-defendants, but family members.
Yes.
Why are you doing that?
I have a number of reasons. I got some health issues. I got 2 6-year-olds and an 8-year-old daughter.
Oh, so forget the older kids?
And when my 8-year-old daughter asked me when I'm gonna come take her to the daddy-daughter dance, when she asked me over each year when I'm gonna come take her there, and I keep letting her down. Then my 6-year-old son, when he asked me if I'm gonna come to his football games, come take him fishing. My other 6-year-old, he asked me when I'm gonna come see him. When he begging me, please come see me, daddy. He wanna teach me how to play the game, but he don't know where I'm at. You know, things like that. My health issues. I have diabetic. I'm diabetic. I'm on high blood pressure. I suffer from congestive heart failure. I just found out June 25th that my kidneys is failing rapidly.
Has becoming a witness in this case negatively impacted your relationship with your entire family?
Well, I really don't have no more relationship with my family, besides one person.
So a part of your family completely cut you out?
Yeah.
When people know that you're cooperating, does that make it easier or harder for you when you're incarcerated?
Well, it make it harder for me.
What about when you get out?
Extremely harder.
Cooperating in this case, something that is easy for you to do.
No, this is the most hardest decision I've ever had to make in my life.
So, as y'all heard from KSOO, his I don't even know if you can call him a father at this point, man. The guy that's supposed to be KSOO's dad, man. And it's not funny. I'm not laughing, man. But it's very baffling, man, that a man at that age, for one, would involve himself into a situation like that. Two, to be blessed with sons and not try to steer them right after him being somebody that's so-called from the streets or whatever. It's just bad, man. And man, shout out to I'm Not a Lawyer, but her channel dope. Y'all go check all the videos out, man. She actually, the way she break down these cases and give, you know what I mean, bring it all together for you to understand. Dope. So shout out to I'm Not a Lawyer. You know what I mean? I used her clips because the way that she actually, you know what I'm saying, brought it to life for people and how the way she put it together, it was dope, man. So I appreciate you. Don't flag my page. You got me locked in. You got me watching, you know what I mean, your channel. I'm waiting for you to put out, you know what I'm saying, the recaps from the court date. But it just, it's sickening, man. It's sickening for real, man, because, man, instead of you telling your kids, man, not to, go that route, y'all know that y'all heard about, losing a loved one. If I'm mistaken, I think he said somewhere in his testimony, I think when he was being questioned, he spoke on how all of them was shot in the car together, and another one of his sons passed away. But my thing is, man, if you already lost a son, man, why don't you tell the ones that you still have on this earth that's still breathing, man, let's get these people back with success, man. Let's kill them with success, man. Not actually go do it and then Pops be all in the midst and, accessory to the whole thing, man, and then get in court and then trying to play like just an innocent old man. And also how he gave his reasons for why he's talking about all his health issues and, his kidney failure, congested hearts, just a bunch of, health issues, man. And if you had all those problems, and I'm not doubting that you do, but you having all these problems and stuff like that, man, your son is already getting told on by a best friend, a guy who was actually driving the car on the drill, man. That alone was probably gonna sink him. You know what I'm saying? And you talk about he got like 2 6-year-olds. I don't know how that work if they ain't twins. You get what I'm saying? Pop's still out here trying to be a YN, still having kids. You know what I'm saying? I think in court he testified and said that he had 11 children. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to I'm Not a Lawyer, but she said, so what? You don't care about your older kids? You know what I'm saying? He gave all his reasons about, how he's not going to be able to, his son ain't going to want to show him how to play the game, but he's not around. His other daughter keep asking him to go to the daddy-daughter dance. All that stuff, bro. And trust me, all those type of things is the reason why somebody would want to be free. But at the same time, those would be the same reasons why you make better choices and decisions, you know what I'm saying? And not put yourself in a situation to where you have to even get on the stand and basically, you know, point your son out, man. I hear him say too, you know, the whole family cut him off. He basically don't have no more family and all that stuff like that. Pops, what you wanted them to do? What you wanted them to do? They gonna cut you off because, you know what I'm saying? They gonna cut you off for that, man. You testifying against your own son, you know. And it's just foul, man. You know, if KSOO did have a fighting chance, you know, he don't have that fighting chance no more. You know what I'm saying? He got pretty like really, really good lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't cap. Like, from when I've been watching the court case and stuff like that, man, his lawyers is actually real good, man. He actually got some good lawyers behind him, man. But if nothing else gonna sink you, it's your pops getting up on that stand and actually being able to point you out, man. Watch a video and say, that's my son, you know what I mean? And he call him by his name. And it's just crazy, man. It's so much more to the clips and stuff like that. I'm not gonna keep using, you know, I ain't gonna use the whole entire thing, man, because at the same time, I do want y'all to go to I'm Not a Lawyer But, you know what I'm saying? And that's the name of her channel. She got the but at the end. So it's like, I'm not a lawyer, but, you know what I'm saying? I want y'all to go to her page and check it out, man. I just want to bring my little quick thoughts and stuff like that, man. And this right here to the YNs, or just even to, you know, some grown-ups too, man. Man, if you got children in the streets, man, try to get them out of that, man. And if it's not working, and you know, you trying to keep them away from that, because I know it's hard sometimes on the parent to try to keep up with their kids, especially when they become young adults. You know, they don't necessarily have to stay in your house anymore and all that stuff like that. But you can still try to preach them, you know what I'm saying? Talk to them and tell them the right things to do and stuff like that, man. And don't get involved in none of the stuff that they're in, because look, you'll be in the situation that KSOO dad is in, you know what I mean? And y'all see how that play out, man. He's supposed to be I guess an OG in Jacksonville. You know, it even came out, you know, during the question and stuff like that, that his dad was a confidential informant before. He testified against a cop in like a federal file, you know what I mean, federal case, you know, where he was able to get some time cut from 20 years or a life sentence all the way down to 10 years. Then he kind of give some BS reasons why he didn't just get his time cut, because he told on the officer. And you know, some people might say, is it really telling if you're telling on the officer? And I kind of feel you on that, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, cop is a cop, 12 is 12. You know, if they did something wrong, and you know, you just telling you just cooperating and giving these folks the information, the truth, you know what I'm saying, the real. So, you know, but in all, man, Pop's been having this problem with, you know, doing this since the 90s, you know what I mean? And instead of Blue, what they call him, you know, trying to steer his boys the right way, nah, he tried to lead them to the gangster stuff, man. And when he got caught up in the situation, he got, you know, caught in a tight spot. All he could think of was to do was to save himself, to be there for his other kids, like his older kids don't matter. It's tell on him, you know what I'm saying? And that ain't real. That ain't no G, you know what I mean? You know, like I said, he's a scumbag. He's a terrible father and stuff like that. And, you know, one more thing before I go, man. I was taught, if you come from a certain environment, and this ain't got nothing to do with skin color. You can be black, white, you know what I'm saying, Hispanic, Asian, whatever. But if you come from a certain environment, a certain cloth, you know what I mean? You know, if you come from a certain environment, like say from the streets or you poor, whatever, and you had to do what you had to do in these streets to make sure that you could provide for your family, I was told real gangsters, real G's, they don't raise more gangsters. They raise civilians. Let that sink in, man. Real gangsters, real men, real women that comes from that environment. They don't raise more gangsters and, more people that's into the street life, man. They raise civilians, man. Show them how to be better than us. Show them how to not do the things we did. They do, you're supposed to do enough of that to where your kids don't have to go through that. But his pops was, pushing that gangster image on him, man. And then when this happened, he sit on the stand, point his son out, and want people to feel sorry for him because of his age. You know what I mean? If anything, KSOO's guilty of, because he did, he allegedly did the, crimes that he did. And nobody's trying to, soften that up. But if it's one thing he's guilty of, man, it's having bad, bad parenting. And y'all see that from his father, man. But I'm going to end this right here, man. It's Melly World, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all on the next one.